What da danyo, what da dang dang. Hang go danyo. Oh, what da dang dang. This is the voice of the patriot, where we speak truth to power. Now here we don't criticize, but if we must, it would only be on one condition: to build and not to destroy. That is why we keep saying we are in the service of God and country. Now here, we are not neutral, and we have never claimed to be. We have taken sides, the side of the truth. That is why we keep saying we are the headquarters of the truth. Now today we have a number of issues to look at, and I need you to come along. The very first story we are looking at today is taken from Ghana, wherever. It says, and I quote, government deliberately failed WASSCE students to avoid funding, no fees stress. And this is a man by name Jew, Allegation. Now let me read. Now a member of the New Patriotic Party's communication team, Benjamin Jewapia, popularly known as Benghazi, has alleged that government deliberately orchestrated the mass failure recorded in the 2025 West African Senior Secondary Certificate Examination, WASSCE, to reduce the financial burden of the no-fee stress policy. According to him, statistics available to the Minister of Finance, Dr. Kesiela Tufosin, and the Ministry of Education, Haruna Idrisu, indicated that the number of senior high school graduates progressing to tertiary institutions had quadrupled. Speaking in an interview shared on social media, he claimed that a significant pass rate would increase the pressure on government to fund the first-year tertiary free fees policy. Tufosin and Minister of Education monitored the statistics and realized the students going to university from SHS had quadrupled. So if they pass all those children, it means government will get money, won't get money to pay for the free fees for first-year students. So they deliberately failed the children, he alleged. They realized the government cannot pay for the no-fee stress. They cannot fund it. What is the truth in what the gentleman here is saying? Jewapia. He said government irresponsibly decided to fail students. He did not say that government raised the bar so that only the fittest could make it to the university like in the days of old. They are two different things. Jewapia did not say that government raised the bar so that only the creme de la creme of the students would be able to skip that bar in order to enter university, as it's been in the days of old. The quality of education needs to improve. But he said, government intentionally failed some students, and this is an irresponsible act. What is the evidence? Did he provide evidence? How true is this statement? My brother, my sister, we all have heard about how the students complained about how difficult some of the papers were. If that is true, can we investigate this? Did they set questions outside the syllabus? We want to know. It is unfair to ask students to study in a certain area, aka the syllabus, and then you set questions outside that area. My brother, my sister, when I was going to school, we're used to these things. So we read outside the syllabuses too. We used to call that non-sylla. Non-sylla meant that you had finished studying everything in the syllabuses. And now you were studying outside, just in case you were surprised with non-sylla questions. This idea made a lot of students stand out. My brother, if you are told that the syllabuses had 10 topics to study, in my days we studied 21. More than 100% what was outside the syllabus. So when we went to write the examinations, we were ready for every stray bullet. And normally we were sad if the papers were so easy. We wanted the papers to be hard so that everyone would come out grinning. Everyone would come out with a mongoloid face, twisted towards 60 degrees to the left. My brother, my sister, in my days, we took education serious. My brother, my sister, can we investigate this? Did they set questions outside the syllabuses? If that is so, then those papers will need to be rewritten at the cost of WAEC. My brother, my sister, there must be an investigation. I do not believe in, government intentionally failed the students. Okay, so let there be evidence. Let the students start asking for remark. In my days, there was something like that. I don't know if that thing is still there. You can always ask for a remark. Oh, I know I did well in this subject. I know I wrote well. I want a neutral tutor, examiner to mark this. We did it. But to come out and say government intentionally failed students because of the budget, it sounds very irresponsible. Which government would intentionally kill its youth in order to hoard money? Which government would intentionally kill its people because it has no food to feed them? This allegation is more than just heavy. It sounds very irresponsible. Can we have an investigation? The next story I would like to look at is going to be very brief. And I need you to come along. I'm reading this from my Joy Online, and it says inflation falls for 11 straight months to 6.3% in November 2025. And this is Ghana Statistical Service. Wow. I read, Ghana's inflation rate has dropped for the 11th consecutive month, easing to 6.3% in November 2025 from 8.0% in October, according to the latest Consumer Price Index (CPI) report released by the Ghana Statistical Service. Now, the government statistician, Dr. Alassane Idrisu, who presented the data in Accra, said the decline was driven largely by reductions in both food and non-food inflation. Overall, prices went up by 0.9% between October and November 2025. Food inflation fell sharply to 6.6%, down from 9.5% in October. And non-food inflation also dropped to 6.1% from 6.9%, while inflation in the services sector eased to 3.8% from 4.6%. I'm happy about this. Reduction in inflation simply means that prices are going down. That's what it means, simple. If there is a reduction in inflation, it means that prices are coming down. And you can also hazard a big guess and say that the economy is getting better. My brother, my sister, when was the last time you heard that an African country was experiencing low inflation? We always have higher inflation. In the days of Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, we had inflation rising to close to 30% or even higher. You go to the market and buy food for 10 cedis. You go home the following day, you like it. You go back there to buy, and the price has shifted from 10 cedis to 15 cedis. 50% inflation. My brother, my sister, I think the Mahama government is doing very well. I think that the country is becoming better. Today, when you have 100 Ghana cedis in your pocket, it's good money, isn't it? In the days when the Ghana cedi was almost becoming as worthless as a toilet paper, paper money was nothing. Today, my brother, my sister, you have some few cedis in your pocket, and the basket of goods and services that can buy is very, very laudable. Congrats to the Mahama government. Congrats to all the people who are making sure that our economy stands tight. The people who claimed they knew too much about the economy and knew too much economics, today they are campaigning that they still want to come into power after messing up and destroying our economy. Today, some of them are even shameless enough to tell us that, oh, it's because of the foundations we laid. That is why the economy is getting better. Come and take your foundations away and see if the economy will collapse or not. What foundations? What foundations? The e-levy, the cathedral, the irresponsible taxes slapped on our people. To the Mahama government, congratulations.